आज हामीहरू कोरियाको बारेमा कुरा गर्दैछौँ. That's a country recently, if you look at it, everybody watches Korean shows. Everybody listens to Korean music. South Korean, yeah. फ्यासनदेखि लिएर कल्चरमा म्यासिभली डोमिनेट गरेछ र त्यो कल्चरले म्यासिभली डोमिनेट गर्नको लागि पनि इकोनोमिक ग्रोथ पनि त चाहियो, इकोनोमिक इन्फ्लुएन्स पनि हुनु पऱ्यो. एन्ड दे हेभ कम आउट अफ जुन एउटा इकोनोमिक स्टेटस थियो टु राइट नाउ संसारमा वान अफ द भाइब्रेन्ट इकोनोमी भनेर भनिन्छ. यो एन्टायर थिङ कसरी भयो किनभने हाम्रो कन्भर्सेसन हेज अलवेज सेन्टर अराउन्ड एसियामा वी हेभ टक्ड अबाउट कन्ट्रिज एन्ड सबै कस्तो मुभी जस्तो छ कि स्टोरीहरू फ्रम पोभर्टी फ्रम सो लोबाट यस्तो म्यासिभ चेन्जेस गरेर बाहिर निस्केको. एन्ड देन इट अल्सो गिभ्स अस अ होप कि सम डे वी विल बी देयर. कोरियाको स्टोरी के हो?
Thank you, Korea. The Hallyu, the Korean wave, K-pop, K-drama, cuisine, bibimbap.
True.
Kimchi and whatnot.
Oh.
You see, since you started that way, I might as well start this afternoon. आजको यो अपराह्न आजको दिन कोरियाको कहानीबाट सुरु गर्नु. Let's start with a storytelling. यो कहानी, it is nothing less than a fairy tale. It has all ups and downs, crying and smiling. त्यो के this is यो त के भन्छ त्यसलाई अथाह गरिबीको अथाह खाडलमा परेको देश आज आर्थिक उन्नति र प्रगतिको शिखरमा कसरी पुग्यो, from the impoverishment to economic empowerment. This is the story this afternoon about the country that managed to get up from complete गरिबीबाट complete प्रगतिको शिखरमा. यो country जहाँ जब द स्टोरी जहाँ जहाँका मान्छेहरू they dream with their eyes open. At the end of the day, सपना त्यो अब्दुल कलामले भन्थे नि, सपना वो नहीं जो आपको सुलाते हैं, सपना वो है जो आपको सोने नहीं देता है. So these guys, because they have some vision, they want to achieve that. तिनीलाई चाहिँ त्यो छ के त्यो दूरदृष्टि, मलाई यो त्यहाँ जानु छ, त्यहाँ कसरी पुगौँ, त्यो मनमा लिएकोले you can't sleep. That's a vision there. Is there? So त्यसैले त्यो कोरियामा जुन खाडलबाट सुरु गरेका थिए तिनीहरू frankly the story of Korea begins with war violence. It was a भयानक war. Technically they are still at war, Northern Korea. Second war जब समाप्त भयो, the country was fabricated, and it was fragmented, south and north. North चाहिँ सोभियत इन्फ्लुएन्समा गयो, साउथ चाहिँ यता अमेरिकनहरूको इन्फ्लुएन्समा आयो होइन. अनि एक देश दुई टुक्रा अगेन्स्ट देयर ओन विश. अनि त्यसमा कस्तो भइदियो भने 1945 वार सिद्धि देश टुक्रियो. 1950 उत्तर कोरियाले करिब 1,35,000 ट्रुप्स लिएर अकस्मात साउथमा हमला गरिदियो. So it was a very serious fight. 1950 अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ कहिले साउथले जिताएको छ, कहिले नर्थले जिताएको छ. इन द सोल क्यापिटल सिटी अफ साउथ द्याट चेन्ज ह्यान्ड 4 पटक, कहिले त्यसले ल्याएको छ, कहिले त्यसले ल्याएको छ. इट वाज अ भेरी फरोसियस, को बलियो को कमजोर थाहा पाउन सकिन थियो द वे वार वाज गोइङ. अनि त्यति बेला यो जेनरल डगलस म्याकार्थर द अमेरिकन साइडमा वेन हि केम, त्यसले त्यो आएपछि चाहिँ अलि साउथको बढी फोर्स हुन थाल्यो बढी. अनि त्यसले चाहिँ नर्थलाई भगाएको मात्र होइन, यता उनीहरू चाहिँ यालो रिभर त्यो चाहिँ एडभान्स गर्न थाल्यो. द साउथ अमेरिकन लेड बाई डगलस MacArthur. त्यसले त्यो यालो रिभर इज द रिभर द्याट डिभाइड्स नर्थ कोरिया एन्ड चाइना. एन्ड टु चाइना यालो रिभर इज अ रेड लाइन. Thou shall not come close to yellow. but Douglas MacArthur, he was going. That's how China got involved in the Korean War. And a massively Chinese force came. But remember, this was in 1950s. The country was completely poverty stricken. And यो युद्ध 1950देखि 1953सम्म चल्यो 3 वर्ष अघि त अब एउटा सानो कुरा हामी कसरी इतिहासबाट वी नेभर लर्न कि इतिहासबाट के सिक्नुपर्छ भन्छ हामी सिक्दैनौँ हामी वी ह्युमन्स आर भेरी गुड एट नट लर्निङ किनभने यालो रिभर चाइनाज रेड लाइन thou shall not touch. Cuba, American red line to the Russians. Thou shall not come close to Cuba, our shore, our borderline. Ukraine, that was red line for the Russians.
Yeah.
Warning NATO, thou shall not come close to our border. But did we learn the history? No. NATO still wanted to go expand in Ukraine, and you know what happened. The world is here to see what's happening there. We have a tremendous capacity to ignore the lessons from history. But anyway, त्यसले त्यहाँ भयानक लडाइँ भयो 1953 मा आएर बन्द भयो. That was not a peace agreement. That was only a truce.
Okay.
Ceasefire. Which means even today, technically,
yep.
North Korea and South Korea are in war. Even today, again. And त्यो युद्धमा करिब 60,000 अमेरिकनहरू they died. That's more than in Vietnam. And the Chinese about 3 times more, 180,000. And the Koreans 3 to 4 millions. You don't play such game in these. So anyway, it was a very, very massive war. Only त्यसपछि त्यो ट्रुस त भयो हैन अब now what? त्यसपछि 1953 देखि करिब 1 दशक झन् 8-9 वर्षसम्म the country flirted with democracy. And the country couldn't do well, not much. The breakdown of law and order and the massive corruptions, the very familiar story that we see. No, I don't want to say that, but I'm afraid that is true. So it was pretty bad. 2/3 of the industrial manufacturing infrastructure were destroyed in the war. And 75% of the railway infrastructure completely destroyed by the war. And those 2/3 of the industrial manufacturing pani raheko kati 1/3. 1/3 it fell on the hand of the North Koreans. But South was completely without anything. And त्यति बेला when you look at the condition of the people there, the malnourished children walking in the street, begging the American soldiers to can I get one piece of chewing gum, one piece of chocolate? It was very bad. And about 5, 6, 7 people in a family, they will all cramped in a small room. Hundreds of people sharing this one toilet. And same with the piउने पानी एउटा धारा हुन्छ सयौं मान्छेहरुको लागि. In other words, they didn't have anything. That was the conditions. अनि त्यति बेला 1961 मा this general Park Chung Hee, he said enough is enough. This is not what I want to say of my country. मेरो देशले यो दुर्दशा हेर्नु पर्ने देश हैन. म यसलाई बनाउँछु. So military coup ma he came to power, and their democracy or whatever it was given up. And a Park regime, Park Chung Hee, his rule from 1961 to 1979, 18 वर्ष. In 1979 he was assassinated by his own intelligence. त्यो अहिले हामी जुन कोरियाको कहानी भन्न लागेका छौं, यो कहानी त्यो 18 वर्षको इतिहासको हो. यो